Imagine a place where the greatest minds in human history gathered to share ideas, discoveries, and revolutionary theories. A place where knowledge accumulated over centuries was carefully preserved and made accessible. This place existed, and it was known as the Library of Alexandria, founded with the ambitious mission to gather all the knowledge of the ancient world. The library became a true symbol of human progress. However, this symbol also carries one of history's greatest mysteries: its sudden destruction and the disappearance of thousands of manuscripts. What was truly so valuable on its shelves? And if the secrets contained there had survived, how could they have changed the course of history? In this video, we will explore the fascinating history of the Library of Alexandria, investigating the mysteries and secrets it may have taken to the grave. Stay with us on this journey through one of humanity's greatest lost legacies. To understand the greatness of the Library of Alexandria, we need to go back to the time when it was conceived. Its creation dates back to the era of Alexander the Great, who, during his conquests, envisioned a city that would represent the intellectual center of the world. After his death, this vision was embraced by the Ptolemaic dynasty, which made Alexandria the heart of universal knowledge. Ptolemy I, the founder of the dynasty, and his successor, Ptolemy II, invested in the construction of the library, with the goal of creating the largest repository of knowledge the world had ever seen. The Library of Alexandria was not just a simple collection of books. It represented one of the greatest architectural feats of the ancient world, reflecting its very purpose of gathering the knowledge of the world. The structure was immense, with multiple rooms and corridors storing texts from all parts of the known world at the time. It was located within the Museum of Alexandria, a complex dedicated to study and scientific research, which was considered the most important center of learning during the Hellenistic era. Inside the library, the texts were organized by themes such as literature, philosophy, mathematics, and sciences. One of the most fascinating aspects of the library was how it managed its collection. Instead of simply keeping books on shelves, there was a detailed cataloging system that made accessing any manuscript easy. This system was a precursor to modern libraries, representing an innovative approach to the preservation and sharing of knowledge. Moreover, the Library of Alexandria was famous for its ability to attract scholars. It wasn't just books that were present. The place also hosted lectures, debates, and scientific research, creating an environment of constant exchange of ideas. This made Alexandria a meeting point for brilliant minds like Euclid, Archimedes, Galen, and many others. The city thus became the epicenter of learning, where knowledge was not only preserved but also evolved and expanded. This intellectual environment was crucial for the development of science and philosophy, influencing generations of scholars and leaving an indelible mark on the history of human knowledge. The impact of the Library of Alexandria goes far beyond its walls, deeply reflected in cultures around the world. For scholars of antiquity, the library was a vital source of knowledge, offering access to works of philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. This learning center not only preserved the accumulated knowledge of ancient civilizations, but also influenced the development of Western thought. For example, The works of Aristotle, Plato, Euclid, and Archimedes, which were housed there, helped shape the foundations of philosophy and science for centuries. Without it, many of these ideas could have been lost or obscured. Moreover, the Library of Alexandria was responsible for an unprecedented cultural and intellectual exchange. Scholars from various cultures, Egyptian, Greek, Persian, Jewish, and Indian, gathered in the city to share their knowledge. This created a global learning network that allowed innovative ideas to flourish. Greek philosophy found new perspectives in Egyptian and Eastern texts, while scientific discoveries helped expand the understanding of the physical world. This environment was also responsible for many inventions and scientific discoveries. The work of Eratosthenes, who measured the Earth's circumference with astonishing accuracy, is an example of how accumulated knowledge and interdisciplinary collaboration led to discoveries that influenced all of humanity. The library was not merely a repository of books, but a symbol of the relentless pursuit of truth and the understanding of the universe. The disappearance of this institution represented an irreplaceable loss, not just of books, but also of cultural connections and the very exchange of ideas that fueled human progress. The disappearance of the Library of Alexandria has been one of the greatest mysteries of ancient history, fueling countless theories about what really happened to it. Over the centuries, historians and archaeologists have debated whether the library was destroyed by a single event, or if its decline resulted from a series of factors that accumulated over time. One of the most popular theories is that the library was destroyed in a fire during Julius Caesar's conquest of Alexandria in 48 BC. During the siege of the city, the flames spread to nearby areas, including the library's location. This fire is believed to have consumed much of the manuscript collection. But it is important to note that some evidence suggests the library was already in decline before this event. Other historians believe that the destruction of the library was a gradual process, with several fires and plundering events occurring over several decades. In 391 AD, Patriarch Theophilus of Alexandria ordered the destruction of the city's pagan temples, which could have included the library if it still existed in some form. Furthermore, some claim that the library may have fallen victim to the rising influence of Christianity, with the Church preferring to destroy texts considered heretical or incompatible with its doctrine. The most enigmatic theory, however, suggests that the library's texts were not entirely destroyed but secretly hidden, or even taken to other parts of the ancient world. Some argue that great scientific or philosophical discoveries could still be waiting to be revealed in forgotten archives, ready to change history once again. Although the Library of Alexandria disappeared over 1,000 years ago, its legacy remains present in the history of humanity. The impact of this institution on the preservation and development of both Western and Eastern knowledge is undeniable. Even with the loss of many of its original texts, the idea of a universal library, one that would gather all the knowledge of the world, endured and influenced the creation of other libraries throughout the centuries. The Library of Alexandria became a symbol of the ideal of universal knowledge and the importance of preserving and sharing information for human progress. The concept of a centralized library capable of collecting and organizing knowledge from different cultures and fields of study, inspired the creation of modern libraries, such as the Library of Congress in the United States and other major academic libraries around the world. Additionally, the philosophy of promoting the free exchange of ideas and access to knowledge without barriers was adopted by many educational institutions. In the scientific field, the legacy of the Library of Alexandria is reflected in historical figures such as Archimedes and Euclid, whose discoveries and writings influenced generations of scholars. The ideas born in that fertile environment helped shape the foundations of mathematics, physics, and astronomy. Although the library itself was destroyed, many of the works that survived all were copied during its existence, continued to circulate for centuries, directly influencing the Renaissance and the development of modern science. The disappearance of the library also serves as a reminder of the value of knowledge and the fragility of our ability to preserve it. This tragic episode teaches us the importance of striving to protect and spread knowledge for future generations, as knowledge is a precious asset that, when lost, can profoundly affect the course of history. As the centuries passed, the mysteries surrounding the Library of Alexandria continue to fuel the imagination of historians, archaeologists, and even treasure hunters. Many believe that, although the library was destroyed, part of its valuable collection survived in some way and remains hidden in secret locations. Numerous archaeological expeditions have been made throughout history to try to locate these supposed lost manuscripts, but the results, so far, have been scarce and often controversial. One of the most intriguing theories revolves around a possible copy of the library's texts that may have been saved. Some researchers speculate that valuable documents, such as those of Aristotle, Plato, and Euclid, may have been taken to other libraries of antiquity, such as those in Constantinople or Rome, before the library was completely destroyed. Indeed, some fragments of important texts that survived the test of time are scattered across various parts of the world, such as the works of Euclid, which reached us through copies made in Alexandria and Rome. In more recent times, controversial discoveries have been made, including fragments of ancient texts found in unexpected places. In 2014, for example, archaeologists discovered a set of Egyptian manuscripts in a temple in the city of Oxyrhynchus, Egypt. These ancient documents, dating from the first centuries of the Christian era, offer new insights into the ancient world and have been considered by many as possible survivors of the legacy of the Library of Alexandria. Furthermore, there are theories suggesting that the library's texts were deliberately hidden for centuries, possibly to prevent certain knowledge from reaching the general public. Records about the city of Alexandria, its cultural riches, and its tragedies continue to be the subject of research and speculation, which only increases the fascination surrounding this legendary institution. Even though most of the library was lost, the mystery of its lost secrets still raises questions that seek answers. The impact of modern archaeological discoveries, such as the Dead Sea Scrolls, offers a fascinating perspective on what we might have lost with the destruction of the Library of Alexandria. Found in the caves of Qumran, these scrolls brought a surprising revelation about biblical texts, offering a new view of early Christianity and ancient Jewish practices. The discovery showed how preserving ancient texts can change our understanding of history and religion. These fragments helped correct mistaken versions and fill knowledge gaps that had been left blank for centuries. Similarly, the texts of the Library of Alexandria, if found, could have provided revolutionary information about philosophy, science, mathematics, and even ancient medicine. They could have led to discoveries that would rewrite the history of many ancient civilizations, just as the Dead Sea Scrolls changed the contemporary view of biblical times. The Alexandria manuscripts could profoundly transform what we know about the ancient world. These comparisons invite us to reflect on the transformative potential of future archaeological discoveries and encourage us to imagine what else, perhaps still buried, may be hidden, waiting to be revealed by human curiosity and scientific advancement. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria reminds us of the immense power of knowledge and the devastating consequences when it is lost. This library symbolized the pinnacle of humanity's quest for knowledge, gathering brilliant minds and the most precious manuscripts from various cultures. Its loss, therefore, was not just a tragedy for the scholars of the time, but for all of humanity, which lost a vital part of its intellectual heritage. This event leads us to reflect on the value of knowledge in building society. What would happen if today we lost, once and for all, what we know about science, history, and the preservation of knowledge is, therefore, a collective duty. Archaeology and other sciences are crucial for uncovering lost legacies, which can shed light on our understanding of the past and shape our future. That is why the relentless search for these ancient remnants continues to be vital for human progress. As we explore the mysteries and lessons of the Library of Alexandria, we realize how the loss of a great center of knowledge can shape the course of human history. What could have been learned, and how might these discoveries have changed our world? Now, we invite you to reflect on this. What impacts do you believe the preservation of this knowledge would have generated? Leave your opinions in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to continue exploring more historical mysteries and fascinating curiosities, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. See you next time.